Let's quickly go back to the University of Ghana Business School, where we're standing by with the final contest for today. Kumasi Academy-38 Presby SHTS and PRESEC Legon. The contest is just now starting.
And Presbyterian Senior High Technical School Aburi. It promises to be an exciting contest. Before I sit down and introduce the contestants, I have some announcements. First one, we are in the Absa Bank money zone. At this stage, each point earned is worth 15 Ghana cedis to the school. What it means is that at the end of the contest, we shall do the calculations and then present to each team the amount they've earned in the Absa Bank money zone. Thank you very much, Absa Bank. Because of this, nobody leaves the stage crying. Great. Next, I would like to acknowledge our sponsors. The National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with Absa Bank and supported by JoyNews, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Goyle, Airtel Tigo, Dano Milk, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City University College, Central University, GTP, Adansa Travels, Third Eye Care and Vision Center, Medifair Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, Newmont Ghana, and YFM. Ladies and gentlemen, this is... Yes, it is. Thank you. My name is Elsie Kaufman, and I'm honored to be your quiz mistress. Thank you. Let's meet the contestants. Kumasi Academy is represented by
Emmanuel Benjamin Yabua Harrison.
Gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
How are you doing?
We're doing fine.
Wonderful. Please tell us a little bit about your journey here. What happened in your previous contest?
We were a seeded school and we met in Fancy Payments in Mary's at the 1A stage and we won. And then at the quarter-final stage, we met Armed Forces and Apam SHS and we won. And now we are here.
You are here. It appears you are used to winning.
Yeah.
All right. What shall we expect from you today?
Expect a good and an improved performance.
All right. Best wishes to you. Next is Aburi Presby Senior High Technical School, represented by
Kisi Frank, final year.
Bonnie Samuel, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, madam.
And how are you doing?
We are doing great.
Wonderful. Has your school ever been this far in the competition?
This is our first time.
It's your first time?
Yes, please.
Special congratulations. How did you get here?
We came to the NSMQ 2020 we passed through the prelims, and at the 1-8 stage, we met St. Ignatius of Loyola and Abetifi Senior High School, and we won. And in our quarterfinal contest, we also met Osino SHTS and Northern School of Business, and we won. And we are here hoping that the good Lord who has been doing it for us will do it better and bigger for us again.
All right. I wish you well. Best wishes. Finally, we have 5-time champions. PRESEC Legon, represented by
Dr. Daniel Kekeli, final year. Nketia Benjamin, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
We are fine, thank you.
All right, wonderful. A little bit about your journey here. How did you wind up in the semi-finals?
Okay. Our 1-8 was against Agri Memorial in Sunyani SHS, and by God's grace, it was successful. And we went to the quarterfinals. That one too was a very successful contest. It wasn't very easy, but God saw us through. And we are just hoping for an excellent performance today to verify that.
All right. In that case, let me wish you well. Best wishes.
Thank you.
Great. We've met the contestants. Now we are set and ready to go, right? Good. Contestants, as always, the contest comes to you in 5 rounds. The first round is a round for fundamental concepts. I have simple and direct questions. I'm expecting simple and direct answers from you. If you answer your major question correctly, 3 points. If the question is incorrectly answered, it becomes available to the 2 other schools. The school may ring and attempt an answer. If right, 1 bonus point. If not, there's a penalty, 1 point. For questions which require calculations, you have 30 seconds to present an answer. If there are no calculations, you have 10 seconds to do so. All questions are to be attempted once only. Best wishes, everyone. All right, so I'm going to be starting with you, Aburi Presby. But before I do so, let me give you the question, because this is one of those questions which goes round. You know, I come to your school, you give me a right answer, I move on to the next school for the next right answer, different from what has already been said. Okay, and you require about 10 seconds of time for this. Are we ready? Okay, so this is the question. Seed priming is used by seed producers and growers to control germination. It is mainly used to shorten germination time. Please state only one benefit of seed priming. And first choice goes to you, Aburi Presby. Yes, Kisi.
When the germination time is shortened, the seeds are able to gain much nutrients and then much conditions suitable for their growth, such as sunlight, suitable water, and then other factors that will help them in their growth.
I'm not accepting that. I'm moving on. Yes, Benjamin?
Okay, so seed priming, which is done to shorten the germination time, is done to help plants to develop early so as to prevent soil living organisms from attacking the seed in the soil, and also prevent the prolonged seed dormancy.
Okay. 2. Yes, Gakpeto.
Seed priming enables the correct timing of germination of seeds so that the growth cycle of the crop will be beneficial for the production of fruits by the crop, that's to enable good yield as a result of correct timing for germination, in order to let the crop adhere to a reasonable growth cycle that will be determined by the seasons and prevalent conditions.
All right. See, the thing is, if you keep telling me the things back that I told you, it makes it hard for me to give you anything, right? And the more you talk, the more you tell me the things that you have been told already in the question. Okay, so what it does, what I was expecting, faster speed of emergence. So we are talking about rate, the rate of emergence, faster. Okay, it enables the seeds to germinate and emerge even under adverse agroclimatic conditions. Improves uniformity to optimize harvesting efficiency, increases vigor for fast and healthy plant development, and then increases the yield potential. Okay, so for you, I gave you some partial credit, right? Because you were talking about it comes out quicker, but really not the way that I was expecting you to present it. And then for you, you mentioned yield potential, but then you added all sorts of other things which made me take out the 1 point. All right. Next set, 30 seconds. Aburi Presby. 2 5.0 kilogram objects, one stationary and the other moving at 20 meters per second, collide elastically in such a manner that the incoming object takes off at 30 degrees to the line of approach. Find the kinetic energy of the incoming object after the collision. Kisi.
500 joules. 500 joules.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 750 joules. Kumasi Academy. In a similar elastic collision involving two objects, each of mass 4.0 kilogram, the kinetic energy of the stationary object is 840 joules after the collision, and the incoming object takes off at 60 degrees to the line of approach after the collision. Please find the kinetic energy after the collision of the incoming object. The expression x plus 1 multiplying the expression x minus 2 as a factor. Evaluate A and B.
A equals -4 and B equals 10.
You're right. Next set, 10 seconds each. Aburi, explain how two liquids of different boiling points get separated in a simple distillation procedure. Yes, Bonnie?
Okay, first of all, when the mixture of the two liquids is poured into the appropriate flask, let's say the round bottom flask, and is heated, the one with the lowest or a little low boiling point vaporizes faster. So when it vaporizes, it leaves the one with the very high boiling point. And since it is connected to a delivery tube, which then passes through a condenser, the one which vaporizes first is condensed into another flask, which produces the liquid which has been vaporized, then leaving the liquid with a higher boiling point in the flask, which will then vaporize later and poured into another flask.
Okay. Kumasi Academy, explain how two liquids with close boiling points get separated by fractional distillation. Benjamin.
Okay, so for liquids with close boiling points, fractional distillation is used to separate them. In this, the mixture is heated. The mixture of the two liquids is heated, and the one which is more volatile will vaporize first and will move through a condenser and be condensed into liquid and collected. And the one which is less volatile will be left inside the distillation flask.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. So pay attention. When the mixture is initially heated, the vapor of the liquid of the lower boiling point constitutes a bigger fraction of the vapor that rises. Okay? As the vapor rises in the fractionating column, it becomes richer and richer in the vapor of the low boiling point liquid. The vapor finally becomes pure vapor at the lower boiling point liquid. It enters the condenser and condenses as pure liquid. The second liquid distills later. So that is what is going on. All right. PRESEC Legon. Explain how the fractionating column gets the vapors separated. Gakpeto.
The fractionating column contains different compartments where the vapors are able to, different vapors of different liquids are able to condense in separate cooling trays or collecting trays according to their volatilities. So the vapor of the more volatile liquid is going to rise higher, that's to a higher level in the fractionating column, and will condense at a uniform temperature, whilst that of the liquid with a higher boiling point, that's the less volatile liquid, would not rise will not reach the level of the liquid with the higher volatility. So since it causes the liquid separation of the vapors according to their volatilities, and the enrichment of the vapor of the vapor of the more volatile liquid, which can be collected, and then the vapor of the less volatile liquid, it will be able to separate the two liquids.
One. All right. So the fractionating column, or I should give for bonus, is that time? So the fractionating column offers a larger surface for condensation and re-evaporation processes. That's a very important point. Okay, so not just compartments, they are offering larger surfaces for this. When the mixture of vapors enters the column, it condenses, and as the liquid descends, it meets hot vapor and re-evaporation takes place. The new vapor, richer in the vapor of the lower boiling liquid, rises and recondenses. The process repeats itself further up the column until pure vapor of the lower boiling liquid enters the condenser. Okay, so generally what is happening is this: the temperature in the column decreases as the vapor ascends the column. Okay, so they go up, then the lower boiling vapor is in higher concentrations. Okay, so it goes up, when the temperature is lower, the other one, which is also present in the recondenses, comes back down, and then the process continues until you have a higher and higher amount of the lower boiling one, and then finally you can have the rest, okay? So it's a whole process that is going on, condensation and recondensation and all sorts of things just to enrich in one or the other. Okay, next set. Aburi Presby. Mention two of the three main characteristics of sound that enable the human ear differentiate between the sounds that reach it. Yes, Kisi.
The pitch of the sound, that is the frequency at which the sound is reaching the ear. And then the quality of the sound, that is the timbre at which the sound is reaching the ear.
Yes. The third one is the intensity or the loudness or amplitude. All right. Kumasi Academy. Which structures of the inner ear are responsible for gravitational equilibrium? Yes, Benjamin?
Is the ampulla.
What?
The ampulla.
You can't change your mind. What did you say?
Ampulla.
No. For a bonus. Yes, Kisi?
Semicircular canals.
No. The right answer is utricle and sacule. Sacule. PRESEC Legon. Which structures of the inner ear are responsible for rotational equilibrium? Yes, Benjamin?
The semicircular canals.
Yes. Aburi Presby. Find the work done by 5.6 mole of a monoatomic ideal gas which undergoes an adiabatic process in which its temperature changes from 250 Kelvin to 420 Kelvin. Yes, Bonnie.
Madam, so we have the work done to be 63. Madam, we have it to be 2.3 times 10 exponents 3 joules.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 12 kilojoule. Kumasi Academy. A monoatomic ideal gas undergoes an adiabatic process in which its pressure changes from 1.2 times 10 raised to the power 5 Pascal to 2.1 times 10 raised to the power 5 Pascal. And its volume changes from 1.3 meter cubed to 0.80 meter cubed. Find the work done by the gas in the process. Benjamin.
1.6 times 10 to the power 5 joules.
That's incorrect for bonus. Yes, Benjamin?
0.18 joules.
No. No. The right answer is negative 18 kilojoules. In fact, work is not done by the gas. Work is done on the gas. Now your major question. A monoatomic ideal gas undergoes an adiabatic process in which its pressure changes from 1.5 times 10 raised to the power 5 Pascal to 2.5 times 10 raised to the power 5 Pascal. And its volume changes from 2.0 meter cubed to 0.40 meter cubed. Find the work done by the gas in the process. Benjamin.
So the work done is 3.0 times 10 to the power 5 joules.
You are right. Next set comes with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Find the exact increase in the area of a square if the length of a side is increased from, again, find the exact increase in the area of a square if the length of a side is increased from Aburi Presby 5.00 centimeters to 5.20 centimeters. Bonnie.
0.0400 centimeters square.
That's incorrect. Yes, Gakpeto.
2.04 centimeters squared.
Yes. With the same preamble. With the same preamble. 10.0 centimeters to 10.3 centimeters. Benjamin.
6.09 centimeters squared.
Yes. With the same preamble. 15.00 centimeters to 15.50 centimeters. Benjamin.
15.25 centimeters squared.
Yes. Aburi Presby. What is the Bayer process used for? Bonnie.
Mass contact process. Madam, it is used industrially, I think, to produce the chemical HCl.
That's incorrect. Yes, which of you? Go ahead, Emmanuel.
It is used in the extraction of aluminium from its ore.
No. Not specific enough. It's a process for producing purified aluminum oxide from bauxite. That's all I needed to hear. If you want to know the details, you add hot aqueous NaOH to bauxite in that process. All right. Now your major question. What is the down cell used for? Yes, Benjamin.
Purification. It is used in the production. It is used in the electrolysis of NaCl to produce Na plus and to produce Na and chlorine gas, or it is used in the electrolysis of MgCl2.
2 out of 3. You should have stayed with your first answer. It is a commercial electrochemical cell used for the electrolysis of molten NaCl. All right. Molten NaCl, not solution, and molten NaCl. All right. PRESEC Legon. What is the Hall Herald process used for? Yes, Dr. Beto.
The Hall Herald process is used to obtain aluminium metal through the electrolysis of aluminium oxide using cryolites.
Yes. For the next set, it's a single question to all 3 schools. I will be moving around for right answers as usual. When I get to your school, please give me a right answer. I will move on for the next right answer, different from what has been said. And it's 1 question. Okay, so this is the question. An invasive species is an introduced non-native organism, which could be a disease, parasite, plant, or animal, that begins to spread or expand its range from the site of its original introduction, and that has the potential to cause harm to the environment, the economy, or to human health. Please, when I get to you, mention only one of the common traits of invasive species. One of the common traits of invasive species. First choice, Aburi Presby. Kisi.
Their invasive species are highly resistant to when substances that are applied, when substances that are taken into the body to fight against them are taken, they are highly resistant to such substances and can withstand a long period of time. Hence, they have a long lifespan.
I'm not going to accept that. So I'm moving on to Kumasi Academy. Yes, Benjamin.
Invasive species have a higher rate of reproduction, and they grow and spread rapidly.
Yes. PRESEC Legon. Benjamin?
Invasive species have protective structures to withstand the action of the immunity from the host they find themselves in. Some of them have thick cuticles to withstand the action of hydrolytic enzymes produced by the host?
No. All right, so these were the types of answers I was expecting. Fast growth, rapid reproduction, which is what we got from you, right? Rapid reproduction, high dispersal ability, phenotype plasticity, that is the ability to alter growth, the growth form to suit current conditions, tolerance of a wide range of environmental conditions, ecological, that is ecological competence, ability to live on a wide range of food types, that means they are generalists, association with humans, and prior successful invasions. These were the types of answers I was looking out for. All right, next set. Aburi Presby. The double slit experiment is performed with a slit separation of 1.0 millimeters and a separation between the slits and the screen of 2.0 meters. Find the wavelength of light that gives a fringe separation of 1.5 millimeters. Yes, Bonnie?
7.5. 7.5 times 10 exponent, negative 7 meters.
You are right. Kumasi Academy. Find the fringe separation for a wavelength of 550 nanometers in a double slit experiment in which the slit separation is 0.50 millimeter and the distance between the slits and the screen is 4.0 meters. Yes, Benjamin.
Okay, the distance is the distance is 4.4 times 10 to the power negative 4 meters.
That's incorrect. Yes, Benjamin.
4.4 times 10 to the power negative 3 meters.
Yes. Now your major question. Find the difference in fringe separation for two wavelengths 5.0 nanometers apart in a double slit experiment in which the slit separation is 2.0 millimeters and the distance between the slits and the screen is 10 meters. Gakpeto.
2.5 times 10 raised to the power negative 5 meters.
Yes. Next set has a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Find the first 4 terms in ascending powers of x in the expansion of the given binomial expression. Again? Again, or you heard it? Again. All right. So when I get to you, I will give you a binomial expression. Find the first 4 terms in ascending powers of x in the expansion of the binomial expression I give you. All right, so your binomial expression, Aburi, 1 plus 2x all raised to the power half. Bonnie.
Okay, madam, we have 1. Then the second term is x. The third term is negative x squared over 2. The third term is 3 over 8x cubed. And the fourth, Madam, again, the first term is 1, second term x.
You can't change your mind anyway, so I'm not accepting it. Yes, go ahead. Benjamin.
1 plus x minus x squared on 8 plus x cubed on 16.
No. All right, the right answer. 1 plus x minus half x squared plus half x cubed. All right, your major question, Kumasi Academy. Your binomial expression is 1 minus 3x, all raised to 1/3. Yes, Benjamin?
1 minus x squared, and the fourth term is giving us minus x cubed on 3.
Pardon? The last term?
Minus x cubed on 3.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. Oh. The right answer, 1 minus x squared minus 5 over 3x cubed. All right. With the same preamble, PRESEC Legon, your binomial expression is 1 plus 4x, all raised to the power a quarter. Dakpeto.
The first 4 terms are 1 plus x minus 3 over 2x squared plus 7 over 2x to the power 3.
You are right. Last set of questions for the round. Last set of questions for the round. Aburi Presby. Avogadro's hypothesis suggests that equal volumes of different gases at the same temperature and pressure contain the same number of particles, provide a quantitative explanation to show that this is consistent with the ideal gas law. For your information, R, the ideal gas constant, is equal to 8.31 joule per mole Kelvin. And you may assume a pressure of 100 kilopascal and temperature of 27 degrees Celsius for whatever quantitative things you will do. Yes, Bonnie.
Since the law states that equal volumes of gases have the same number of molecules, and at constant temperature and pressure for different gases, in the ideal gas equation, the only variables that will be left will be volume, number of molecules, and the molar gas constant. Since the only variable, as in the only variables that can change here are the volume and the number of particles, and R is always constant, then the volume is a function of its number of molecules. And since V is equal to NR at constant temperature and pressure, where R is the molar gas constant.
I'm not accepting it. For a bonus. All right. So the ideal gas law states that PV is equal to nRT, right? So if the calculation that I was expecting you to have done is that N over V is equal to P over RT, which is equal to the values I gave you, 100 divided by 8.31 times 300. I converted the temperature to Kelvin. And when you do this calculation, so NV is equal to P over RT, and the value is 0.0401 mole per decimeter cube. Now, since this is true for all gases, you see the calculation is true for all gases, irrespective of the identity of the gas, then you can conclude this. Okay, so you needed to do that calculation. That's why I was looking for quantitative. All right, with this knowledge, we can continue. Remember this knowledge. All right, Kumasi Academy. Calculate the densities of methane and air in gram per decimeter cubed and show that balloons filled with methane at 27 degrees Celsius and 100 kilopascal will float. Assume the molar mass of air at that temperature and pressure is 29.0 gram per mole, and the molar mass of CH4 is 16.0. Did they make it? No, for a bonus. Oh. All right, so the density of methane is 0.642 gram per decimeter cubed. The density of air is 1.16 gram per decimeter cubed, and you can calculate that from the information you have. And hence, methane is less dense than air, and it will float. All right. PRESEC Legon. Calculate the densities of NO gas and propane and predict the behavior of balloons filled separately with these gases. Molar mass for NO is 30.0, for C3H8 it's 38.0, and you may assume the density of air is 1.16 gram per decimeter cubed. Is that hand up? Yes, go ahead.
The density for NO is 1.2 grams per decimeter cubed, whilst the density for propane is 1.76 gram per dm cube. And the prediction that I can make from this is that what's the density of air? Both balloons will not be able to float effectively in air since their densities are greater than the density of air.
I'll give you 1 out of 3. In the middle of all this, you remember how I was giving you values to 3 significant figures, right? Okay. So the density of NO is 1.20 gram per decimeter cubed. The density of C3H8 is 1.52 gram per decimeter cubed, so you didn't get that right at all. And then, sure, NO has almost the same density as air, it will not float, and propane is much denser than air, and it will not float. So that's why you got your 1 out of 3. Now you see very applied questions here. If you want to go and fill balloons and you want to have balloons that actually float, you can sit in your room, do your calculations, and decide which gas to go and get. Right? Well, on that note, we've come to the end of the first round. At the end of the first round, Presbyterian Senior High Technical School Aburi has 8 points. Kumasi Academy has 11 points. PRESEC Legon has 26 points. To go. Round 2. This round is also known as a speed race. The questions in the round are directed to all three schools simultaneously. For an opportunity to answer a question, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, Kumasi Academy? Thank you. Yours, Aburi Presby. Thank you. And yours, PRESEC Legon. Thank you. If you ring and answer correctly on the first attempt, 3 points. On the second attempt, 2 points. On the third attempt, 1 point. But be very careful. Because if you attempt to answer a question and you are unsuccessful, and what do I mean by unsuccessful? First, you provide the wrong answer. Second, you answer a question I have not asked you. And third, when you are called upon, you can't bring out your answer in a reasonable time frame. Okay? You will lose a precious point under any of these circumstances. For questions which require calculations, you have a maximum of 30 seconds to deliver an answer. If there are no calculations, you have a maximum of 10 seconds. Best wishes, everyone. First set of questions, 30 seconds each. First one. Given the matrices, A is a 2 by 2 matrix with elements 2, 0, 3, 1. And B is another 2 by 2 matrix with elements 3, -1, 2, -2. Find the determinant of AB. Yes, Benjamin.
Okay, so the determinant of AB is giving me negative 52.
Who rang next? Yes, which of you, Kisi?
-8.
Yes. Please, you don't need to repeat the question to me. Go straight to the answer. Okay. If sine theta is equal to x and 0 less than theta less than pi over 2, find an expression for tangent of theta. Yes, which of you? Kisi?
Tangent of theta is given by the expression x over square root of the expression 1 minus x, all square.
That's incorrect. You rang. No, over there. Yes, Benjamin.
Tan theta is equal to x over square root of 1 minus x squared.
Yes. Next one. Find the equation of a curve whose gradient is given by dy dx is equal to 3x squared minus 2x plus 5. And the curve passes through the point A with coordinates 1, 6. Yes, Gakpeto.
Curve is given by y equals x cubed minus x squared plus 5x plus 1.
Yes. Next question, 30 seconds. A 2.0 volt voltage step is applied to a series RC circuit with R equals 10.0 ohms and C equals 0.20 farad. Find the current in the circuit 1.0 seconds after the voltage is applied. The right answer is 0.12 ampere. Next one, 10 seconds. A uniform solid cylindrical rod of mass M and length L at rest on a smooth horizontal table is kicked at one end by an impulse I perpendicular to the rod axis. How far from the kicked end does the rod begin to rotate? This one, either you know or you don't know. L/3. Next one, 30 seconds. The mass of the muon is 105.7 mega electron volts per c squared. Find the electron de Broglie wavelength in the annihilation of a stationary muon and a stationary antimuon, which produces an electron-positron pair. The right answer is 1.17 times 10 raised to the power negative 14 meters. Next question, 30 seconds. If it takes 52.0 seconds for a gas of molar mass 64.0 to effuse from a vessel through a pinhole, how long will it take methane gas? Yes.
26.0 seconds.
Yes. A proper speed race effort. All right, 10 seconds. Next question, 10 seconds. Explain why metals can be beaten into flat sheets. Yes, which of you? Go ahead, Benjamin.
This is because metals have spaces in them, and due to their metallic bonding, their layers can slide over each other, so it makes them easy to be beaten into different shapes because of their malleability.
I'm not accepting that. Yes, you are basically telling me what I already told you, that they can be beaten into flat sheets. It means they are malleable, so you don't have to tell me that again. I wanted the explanation. Okay, so metals are malleable because in the metal lattice, you have ions that are surrounded by mobile electrons arranged in layers, right? When a force is applied longitudinally, the layers slip over one another in the longitudinal direction, and when the force is applied laterally, the layers slip laterally. That was the main explanation I was looking for. This is speed race. Must be perfect. All right, next one, 10 seconds. Give the expression for the half-life of a radioisotope. Yes, Dakpeto.
The half-life equals ln of 2 divided by the decay constants.
Yes. Next set of questions, 10 seconds each. First one. What evidence do scientists use to show that dinosaurs once existed on Earth? Yes, that's correct.
Scientists use the fossils of dinosaurs which have been found, and these fossils which show the form and structure of the dinosaurs when they lived.
Next one. Why should the turgor pressure of the guard cells affect the opening and closing? Yes, Kisi?
When water moves into the guard cells, the turgor pressure increases. And when this happens, they become turgid and they become contracted. Hence, because the guard cells surround the opening of the stomata, when they become contracted and turgid, the stomata automatically opens. But when water moves out of the guard cell by osmosis, the guard cells relaxes such that the stomata openings close. And due to...
I'm not accepting it. Yes, Benjamin.
For guard cells, turgor pressure increases. When the turgor pressure increases, it causes the guard cells to expand. And in this expansion, they open the pores of the stomata, and it causes air to enter in and out. And when the turgor pressure decreases, it causes the cell walls of the guard cells to withdraw and close the opening of the stomata.
Yes. Okay. So they don't contract. They don't contract, rather they swell. Okay. Last question for the round. A mature mammalian erythrocyte lacks mitochondria. Yes, which of you? Benjamin.
So they lack mitochondria in order to get more surface area to be able to transport oxygen throughout the body. And also, they do not need mitochondria to produce their energy for their movement.
No. You rang. Okay.
Mature erythrocytes lack mitochondria because their function is to carry oxygen to cells that need this oxygen. And so if they lack mitochondria, it means they will not undergo aerobic respiration, and hence will only survive with glycolysis, so that they will not use up the oxygen they are carrying, so that the cells that they carry them to will not be deficient of this oxygen.
Okay. That's the end of the second round. end of the second round, Presbyterian Senior High Technical School Aburi has 8 points. Kumasi Academy has 12 points. PRESEC Legon has 40 points. Gentlemen, let's begin round 3, right? Shall we? This round 3, has the problem of the day. At stake in this round is the Prudential Life Insurance NSMQ Star. This is an award from Prudential Life Insurance, and it goes to any team that is able to score a perfect score of 10 in the problem of the day in this round. So I know you'll be working very hard towards that, right? Good. All right. So the problem of the day is a single question to all 3 schools. It will engage you for a little bit longer than the questions that we have had so far. So from the time I ask you to begin, you will have 4 minutes to present an answer on the screen. As mentioned, it's worth 10 points. Contestants, you may now stand and face the audience. Please put your pens down. Put your pens down, please. All right. Now let's pick up the sheets and read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. An equilateral triangle has a perimeter of 48 centimeters. By joining the midpoints of its sides with line segments, a second triangle is formed. The operation is continued indefinitely for each new triangle formed. Determine the sum of the perimeters of all triangles, including the original triangle. Contestants, this is your problem of the day. You may now begin. writing and resume your seats. It's page 1, okay. The contestants have presented their answers. Before I award the points, let's look at the suggested solution from the consultants. This is a problem from mathematics. So an equilateral triangle has a perimeter of 48 centimeters, and by joining the midpoints of its sides with line segments, a second triangle is formed. The operation is continued indefinitely for each new triangle formed, and the contestants were to determine the sum of the perimeters of all triangles, including the original triangle. All right, so the first thing to do in a problem like this is to have something to look at that actually describes what the problem is, okay? So a diagram will do. So you start with a diagram. You have an equilateral triangle. Let's call it triangle ABC. Now, at the midpoint of each of the corresponding sides, you can have another point. So we have, in this case, we have D, E, and F. Okay, so let's call those D, E, and F. If you join them, you'll see that you formed another triangle within the original equilateral triangle. That also is an equilateral triangle. So you will have, if you are following me with my notation of the way of labeling them, you will see that FE, FE will be parallel to BC and is half BC. So if you had a horizontal, one edge of the equilateral triangle, the big one, the second one you've drawn inside, that will also be horizontal, parallel to the other one by half of it. Okay, if you observe all of these things, it makes your life a whole lot easier. Okay, so each new triangle has a perimeter which is half that of the preceding triangle. Okay, if you observe this, life becomes very, very beautiful. So if you want the sum of all the perimeters, you will have the first one, the big one, is 48. The second one is half of 48. The third one is going to be half of the second one, right? So now you will have half squared multiplied by 48 plus half cubed multiplied by 48, and this goes on and on. You see that where we've arrived at. So if you want to actually factorize this, make this a little clearer, you'll have 48 multiplying 1 plus half plus 1/4 plus 1/8, on and on and on. Okay, let me tell you about mark allocation up until this point. For having a clear diagram that describes the problem, 2 points. For making the observations, labeling and understanding the dynamics of what is going on, how to obtain the perimeters, 3 points. And then for recognizing this series that we have, 3 points. So you see that this is an exponential series. The first term, A, is 48. And the geometric ratio is half. So now we've come to a point where our students like this, because it's now formula and memorization of the formula. And they are experts at this. So at this point, if you recognize that you have an exponential series with first term 48 and geometric ratio half, then the sum of the infinite number of triangles that you have, their perimeters, is going to be A over the expression 1 minus R, right? And this is the formula they like. We are going to substitute our values. So we have 48 over the 1 minus half. And if you compute this, you get 48 over half, and the right answer is going to be 96 centimeters. All right, so now contestants. Let me start with Aburi Presby. Aburi Presby, you had a really difficult time with this problem. You went off on a tangent dealing with Pythagoras. Maybe eventually you'd have wound up with something, but it would have taken an infinite amount of time, not the 4 minutes that we had. And so unfortunately, I cannot help you out but to give a 0. Kumasi Academy You started with a diagram. However, your diagram does not describe the situation which is being presented in this problem. You agree? Triangle within a triangle within a triangle, that's not what you have. This may have helped you, but that is not what was expected. I can't give you the 2 points. The other thing is, I suspect this is one of those common problems in high schools. So they knew it was a series. So they made sure that it was about series. Without explaining anything, suddenly we have a first term A and a common ratio R, and they calculate and they get the right thing. I'm going to deduct 1 point for procedure because you don't explain anything. They just appear. It's not a logical sequence of things. So at the end of the day, you have 7. PRESEC Legon. You have the diagram I'm looking for. You decided to use a slightly different technique. So you decided to look at the length of the segments rather than the perimeter because you knew once you had the length, you could simply multiply by 3 to get the perimeter for a triangle, right? So you went ahead and went through the process similar to what was expected here, but for length. When you finished, then you converted it to perimeter. No problem at all. So I am happy to award a perfect score. Well done. This, of course, means that you have earned a Prudential Life Insurance NSMQ star worth 3,400 Ghana cedis to your team. Well done. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. It's been a pleasure having you. All the best. Isaac. You're welcome. Round 4. I'll be presenting you with statements. When you receive a statement, please consider the statement carefully and let me know whether it's true or false. If you're right, 2 points. If you're incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to respond, in which case that statement becomes available to the 2 other schools. If a school rings and answers correctly, 2 full points. If not, there's a penalty, 1 point. Best wishes, everyone. I'm starting with you, Kumasi Academy. Your statement. If 2 events are observed to occur simultaneously, every inertial observer agrees the 2 events are simultaneous. Yes, Benjamin?
False.
You're right. PRESEC Legon. If 2 events are observed to occur simultaneously, only inertial observers near the 2 events agree they are simultaneous. Isaac?
False.
Yes. If 2 events are observed to occur simultaneously at the same location, every inertial observer agrees the 2 events are simultaneous. Bonnie?
True.
Yes. The next set has a preamble to all schools. Preamble. A nucleic acid was analyzed and found to contain 37% A, 16% G, 22% C, and 25% T. State whether the following statements are true or false with respect to the nucleic acid. A nucleic acid was analyzed and found to contain 37% A, 16% G, 22% C, and 25% T. State whether the following statements are true or false with respect to the nucleic acid. I hope you got it this time. All right, so now, Kumasi Academy. The nucleic acid must be double-stranded RNA. Yes, Emmanuel?
False.
Yes. PRESEC Legon. The nucleic acid must be double-stranded DNA. Isaac?
False.
Yes. The nucleic acid must be single-stranded DNA. Bonnie?
False.
Oh, no. It's a true statement. It's a true statement. Kumasi Academy. Only one element in period 4 is a metalloid. Benjamin?
False.
Yes. There is only one element in group 6 or 16 that is a metalloid. Isaac?
False.
No. It's a true statement. Tellurium is the only one. Aburi Presby. None of the halogens is a metalloid. Bonnie?
True.
Pardon?
True.
No, it's a false statement. Astatine is a metalloid. Next set comes with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. The given matrix has no inverse. The given matrix has no inverse. Kumasi Academy, your matrix A is a 2 by 2 matrix with elements 3, -6, 2, -4. Yes, Benjamin?
True.
Yes. PRESEC Legon, your matrix B is a 2x2 matrix with elements 5, -1, 10, 2. Isaac?
False.
Yes. With the same preamble, Aburi Presby, 2x2 matrix with elements 4, -2, 6, -3. Yes, Kisi?
True. True.
Yes. Kumasi Academy. In Rutherford scattering using low-energy alpha particles, the scattered alpha particles follow hyperbolic paths. Yes, Benjamin?
True.
Yes. In Rutherford scattering using low-energy alpha particles, the hyperbolic trajectory of scattered alpha particles arises because of the Coulomb interaction between the alpha particles and the target nuclei. Isaac?
False.
Oh, no. It's a true statement. Aburi Presby. Aburi Presby. In Rutherford scattering using low-energy alpha particles, the distance of closest approach between an alpha particle and the nucleus increases indefinitely as scattering angle decreases from 180 degrees to 0 degrees. Yes, Kisi?
True.
Yes. Kumasi Academy. During photorespiration, the oxygen-consuming reaction or reactions occur in the grana of chloroplasts. Benjamin?
False.
Yes. PRESEC Legon. During photorespiration, the oxygen-consuming reaction or reactions occur in the stroma of chloroplasts and mitochondria. Isaac? Aburi Presby. During photorespiration, the oxygen-consuming reaction or reactions occur in Yes, Kisi?
False.
Yes. It actually occurs in the stroma of chloroplasts and peroxisomes. Next set. Kumasi Academy. In the electrolysis of dilute H2SO4, the volume of O2 liberated is proportional to the current passed through the electrolyte. Benjamin?
False.
Yes. The masses of individual metals discharged during electrolysis using the same charge depends on the atomic masses. Isaac?
False.
Yes. The charge of electrons is 9.65 times 10 raised to the power 5 Coulomb. Yes, Bonnie?
False.
Yes. Last set of statements for the round. Log of a squared minus log of a is equal to divided by log of a. Benjamin?
False.
Yes. Log of the expression AB, the expression raised to the power n, is equal to log of A plus log of B, all raised to the power n. Yes, Isaac?
False.
Yes. Aburi Presby, last statement of the round. Log of the expression a cubed plus b cubed is equal to 3 multiplied by log of a plus 3 multiplied by log of b. Yes, Bonnie?
False.
Yes, it's false. They may seem ridiculous, but unfortunately, these are some of the expressions that our math consultant has been seeing in the math department when the students arrive. So please, work on this. That brings us to the end of the fourth round. At the end of the fourth round, Presbyterian Senior High Technical School Aburi has 18 points. Kumasi Academy has 35 points. Fifth and final round. In this round, we have the Goal Riddle Bonanza. Goal would like to give a reward to any school that answers either 3 or 4 of the riddles in this round correctly. At this stage, 3 correct answers are worth 2,000 Ghana cedis and 4 correct answers are worth 2,400 Ghana cedis to the team. Are you excited about it? Okay, so work for it. All right. So obviously, we are going to solve riddles in this round, round 5. I'm going to be reading out the clues. Your objective is to solve the riddle. For an opportunity to solve a riddle, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, Kumasi Academy? Thank you. Yours, Aburi Presby. Again. Thank you. And yours, PRESEC Legon. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third or any clue thereafter, 3 points. Best wishes, everyone. There are 4 of them, obviously. First one. I am a natural internal process. I am mostly affected by light and darkness, and I am controlled by a small area in the middle of the brain. I allow organisms to anticipate. Yes, Benjamin.
Circadian rhythm.
You are right. I had started reading the third clue, 3 points. Next one. I am a parameter that is used in quantitative descriptions of collisions. In the Rutherford scattering experiment, in which... Yes, Benjamin?
Coefficient of restitution.
No. I continue. In the Rutherford scattering experiment, in which an alpha particle approaches a nucleus essentially at rest, I equal angular momentum divided by the magnitude of the initial momentum of the alpha particle. In Rutherford scattering, I am related to scattering angle. The greater my value, the smaller the scattering angle. I am the perpendicular distance between... Yes, Kisi?
Closest distance of approach.
No. For you. I am the perpendicular distance between the line of approach of an incoming projectile and the parallel line through the center of the target field. So who am I?
Impact parameter.
You are right. I read all the clues, 3 points. Next one. In geometry, I am a point, a line, or a plane. Yes, Kisi?
Locus.
No. I am an object in a class. I am any of the terms in the array forming a matrix. Yes, Isaac?
Element.
You are right. They solved the riddle on the third clue, 3 points. But I have a point to make. If you had been listening to me reading matrices, you would have heard me saying matrix with elements. Some of you have been saying matrix with entries. I wonder what that is. So please, make sure you use the right expressions. They are called elements. Last one. I am an organic compound with as many as 49 atoms in my big molecule. My atoms are from 5 different elements. My molecule contains 3 different functional groups: primary alkanol, a secondary amine, and a tertiary amine. I have important medicinal properties, and I'm used in treating or managing some familiar ailments. The name of the aromatic portion of my molecule, quinoline, somehow gives away my name. There is controversy over me. Yes. Kissy.
Tramadol.
Pardon?
Tramadol.
Oh, no. Did you ring? Yes.
Chloroquine. Chloroquine.
No. For you. Listen. There is controversy over me as an antidote to COVID-19. So who am I? Oh. Yes, which of you? Which of you? Oh. You are ringing again? Somebody wanted to give me. Yes, for no point. Yes, hydroxychloroquine. And I'm sure you know all the controversies surrounding that. That brings us to the end of the 5th round.
And that's how round 5 ended at the University of Ghana, where the National Science and Maths quiz is currently going on. It just ended, and you saw the scores. The schools, PRESEC Legon ended with 66, Aburi Presby Senior High Technical School 18, Kumasi Academy 38. We'll be bringing you the reactions, all of that on JoyNews.